I'm seriously considering writing another book. I know I said I wouldn't because I have so many projects going on, but seriously, I am seriously considering writing another book about this stuff because the connections here are so incredible. You're going to need it in a manifesto. Headline. They all know each other, these deep staters. All of them. They're all connected. Again, I know that's not surprising to you, but it's part two of that matters. They all know each other, and they are all hiding something. And by hiding something, I mean they did things that they don't want the Trump administration, God forbid in the first or second term, where he doesn't have to worry about re-election, to uncover, because when the American people see what they're hiding, it's going to be disturbing. Now, what I mentioned yesterday is they are desperate to shut up anybody who touched this Skolkovo project in Russia. It was very simply, it was a Russian technology project. They tried to emulate Silicon Valley over in Russia. And our own intelligence officials, which I'll walk through again slowly because I've got another cherry on top of this thing for you today. Our own intelligence officials discovered later that this technology project in Russia was really an effort to steal our technology by the Russians to create weapons using that technology, yes, to kill us. Now, if you say, well, that sounds really bad, that's because it is.
It is, yeah. That's true.
Not a joke. Now, let's walk through this slowly because I want to pile on a little bit. Hat tip to a source of mine who gave this to me yesterday, which kind of adding to this yesterday. So, showing you how deeply tied the Democrats, some deep state Republicans, and others are to this Skolkovo project, and these deep staters don't want any of this to get out. I want to walk through what we went through yesterday. First, piece from Salon.com. This is important because it's going to set up just how bad the ties are between all these people. And as I always say, follow the money. From Salon.com, they had this piece that exposes the Panama Papers, and we find out from this piece that Michael Isikoff, this reporter, note that two of Clinton's biggest lobbyist bundlers, the Clinton family, they had these two lobbyists and bundlers who were raising money for the Clintons, the guys by the name of Richard Sullivan and David Jones, are principals in a firm that until late last year represented the Russia Direct Investment Fund, a sovereign fund founded by Vladimir Putin. Everybody clear? Two Clinton acolytes, fundraisers, money people, Sullivan and Jones, were also involved with this firm that represented Russia's sovereign wealth fund, co-founded by Vladimir Putin. Kind of strange, no? I thought Trump was guilty of Russian collusion. Oh, I told you I'd tell you what they're hiding. Moving on. So now we know these people raising money with the Clintons, these lobbyist bundlers that know them, are working with this Russia Direct Investment Fund managed by Putin. Here's the Russia Direct Investment Fund's own website where we find out that they were partnered up with Skolkovo. Sounds kind of like He-Man. I have the power. You need that. You need Castle Grayskull in this. So the Russia Direct Investment Fund is partnered up with Skolkovo, this technology project in Russia, this technology corridor, which has been alleged is stealing our technology to create weapons to kill us. So Clinton lobbyist bundlers are associated with a firm representing this direct investment fund associated with this Skolkovo project, stealing our technology. Yeah, crazy how this all happens. They all know each other, and they're all hiding something.
Weird.
Crazy. Diana West, I put this piece up yesterday from the Daily Caller. We'll go through this quick. I'm not repeating yesterday's show for no reason. I just want to make sure we're all grounded because this is a complicated story, but not when we lay it out simply. So the Russia Direct Investment Firm, rep by these Clinton lobbyist bundlers, is associated with Skolkovo. And Skolkovo is what? Well, if you read Diana West's piece, it's in yesterday's show notes, bongino.com/newsletter, if you want to get the show notes delivered to your email box. Hillary's hypersonic missile gap by Diana West. Let's go to screenshot 1 from that piece where we find out that Skolkovo did what? No way. This is an Army intelligence brief from 2012. U.S. Army, not Russian Army. U.S., United States, for the liberals listening. So they found out that Skolkovo is an ambitious enterprise, aiming to promote technology transfer generally by inbound direct investment and occasionally through selected acquisitions. Wow, that sounds nice. As such, Skolkovo is arguably... Wait, let me read this right. My eyesight's getting bad. As such, Skolkovo is arguably an overt alternative to clandestine industrial espionage, with the additional distinction that it can achieve such a transfer on a much larger scale and more efficiently. Whoa! So the U.S. Army, you The U.S. Army was worried that the Skolkovo project associated with this Russian investment fund tied to these Clinton bundlers could be stealing our technology and creating really bad stuff that could kill us? No way. As Diana West goes on in her piece, strange that Bill Clinton wanted to go meet on a trip over to Russia paid for by this Russian bank, which was associated with the Uranium One deal Hillary Clinton approved to steal our uranium. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Clinton wanted to meet with this guy, Victor Vekselberg, when he went over to take that $500,000 speech in Russia. Bill Clinton. And who's Vekselberg? Crazy, but he's an executive at Skolkovo. Whoa, that's just nuts. So Clinton lobbyist bundlers rep this direct investment fund in Russia, which is partnered up with Skolkovo, run by Vekselberg and others. Clinton wants to meet with Vekselberg, Bill Clinton, in Moscow. And he goes to Moscow because a Moscow bank, Renaissance Capital, pushing the Uranium One deal, is paying Bill $500,000 to speak there while his wife's State Department, Hillary Clinton, is looking over the Uranium One deal. One last part of the Diana West piece. Again, we went through this yesterday, but this is important. So the Examiner has these emails that are shocking about Skolkovo, and they show that the Russian technology project Skolkovo was championed and driven by Mrs. Clinton. She seemed to love Skolkovo. And what do you know? 17 of the 28 tech companies that hitched up with Skolkovo also contributed to the Clinton Foundation. My gosh, what are the chances that could happen? Follow the money, folks. I'm seriously considering writing another book. I know I said I wouldn't because I have so many projects going on, but seriously, I am seriously considering writing another book about this stuff because the connections here are so incredible. You're going to need it in a manifesto.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud and follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.